Irene Joseph, I'm so excited to talk to you. How have you been?
Good. I've been well. Thank you so much. It's a new year. Excited to see what's going to bring.
And you are one of the best people in the world because you are a nurse.
Yes.
And I'm 100% biased because my sister is a nurse. I worked for a nurses union. You guys are salt of the earth. As one of the nurses told me when I worked for the nurses union, we do all the work, the doctors get all the credit. So
That's right. Oh, so true. So true. So true.
So what I'd love to do is kind of just introduce people to you. I want to learn more about kind of your background, your story, and then, you know, up to the current day, what you're currently doing. And then we'll get into all the LinkedIn stuff. So kind of, yeah, lay it on me. Give us your background, your story.
So I am Irene. I reside in New York. That's where I'm from. That's where I was raised. That's where I grew up. I have been a nurse now for almost 20 years plus. Started out as an LVN. I worked as an LVN for quite a while, and I love. I talk about that a lot because I feel that's my foundation. That's the foundation. That's that person. That LVN is who created this person you see here. And I feel till this day, the skills that I learned as an LVN is what still carries me here today. Then I became a registered nurse. I've done everything in nursing, hospital, work, you know, which is typical. This is where we all start. I mean, now it's different, but worked in a hospital, and then settled in hospice and home health. I did both, but I could say that my passion is hospice. I love the work that we do in hospice. And I was a field nurse, manager. I did informatics, did some EMR, helped build and create EMRs. And I kind of stumbled into compliance. I could say thank you to my supervisor who needed help to navigate a surveyor, a joint commission surveyor. And I had no clue. Like this, I walked in, and I tell this story because I walked in with a pencil, not a pen and paper, a pencil and paper to help navigate a surveyor because I thought I was just gonna navigate through the EMR up until I sat down and she started to ask me questions about the patient's record. And I kind of stood, I could have ran. I said, I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna listen, walk her through the records. I learned a lot that day. And in the back of my head, I said, this is what I want to do. This was my early years, didn't even think of survey and compliance, had no idea what it was. And I think that's why I got into this, because I feel the as a staff, as a regular staff, they're not aware that compliance stays in leadership, does not trickle down to the field nurse, and those are the folks' records that are being reviewed. And that's how I kind of got into compliance. And because that was the moment I sat there, learned a lot, and started teaching others. And from there, I became a compliance director. From there, got my master's degree, and then became a joint commission surveyor. And I did that for a while. And from all my travels, I saw a lot of small hospices, small and large, struggling a lot with compliance and implementing it. I see compliance as something that's simple. I see that the rules that are set by CMS are set because they're trying to protect patient. I have to say though, they're not clear to understand. But if you even try to understand just even the small basics of it, your hospice should be fine. Your home health agency should be fine. I think it's because we don't pay attention. We only get ready for when there's a survey, and we think because we did well in survey, then if there's an actual audit by Medicare, we should also be fine. But we all know that surveys are a show. I could put on a beautiful show for a survey. I know how to do that. You can call me up and I could put it on a show, help you put on a show for a surveyor. But you can't do that with a Medicare audit. And that's what I do. So this is why I started my QA service, which is to help agency with outsource a QA person. I do high level type of QA. It's not just a checklist. I do have signatures. My QA is an analysis of your documentation. Can they be defensible in front of an auditor? That is not necessarily just a surveyor. It's also, is it defensible if you get audited? So this is what I do. Very high level QA. I think that's what makes me different, because there's a lot of QA services out there, and a lot of them are checklists. And when clients meet me and they realize like, oh, you're actually reading my notes and assessing what we're writing, analyzing the notes that the nurses are writing that may not necessarily be showing hospice eligibility as it should, which is the requirement. But that's not something that we do all the time, that we don't know. And nurses don't even know that they need to do that. So that's the big frustration that you will meet with nurses, is being judged on things that they have no clue. So my goal is to help both the client, the owners, and also help the nurses. I always say I'm a nurse's nurse. What I know, I want other nurses to know. And one thing I do know about us, about nurses, is if you tell us exactly what you want from us, we will do it. But you have to tell us why it's needed. And then of course we will, as long as you tell us how. It's not just, I need you to do this. It's why do I need to do it and how do I do it? And
you sound like my sister, Irene.
I know yeah, that's the thing. We need to know why.
Yeah.
So this is why my audits, when I send out corrections, when I audit, part of it includes why. We actually document. When I provide it, my whole format is, this is what was found, this is why this is a problem, and this is how to make the correction. So it looks very dense, but I do know that a lot of nurses, they need to know the why. Because once we understand the why, it will be difficult. At first, it's a shocker. We're like, oh, what is this? And then as we're writing and documenting later on, we're like, oh, okay, I see why this is this. I understand why this is that. And I'm going to tell you, in hospice, a lot of nurses do not understand that it is high level auditable risk that is in hospice. Specifically now, when back in the day it was very different. Nowadays, it's with everything that had occurred, it's everything is, you don't know when it's not if you're going to be surveyed, it's when are you going to be surveyed. And the question is, are you sure your documentation can stand and be ready to be a defense? Is it defensible? Can it defend the fact that your patient has been on program here? And that's the part that's hard. And from someone who's reviewed thousands of records, I'm going to tell you 99.9% of agencies are not. I said 99.9% are not. Even the ones I think they are, because the first thing I'll hear from anybody is, oh, we just got surveyed and we did so well. So I'm like, okay, you did well, but how many people you had in the back reviewing records before you submitted those records to the surveyor? And the truth is, sir, as a former surveyor, when we audit, we don't audit the same way a Medicare auditors, medical reviewer audits. A medical reviewer is auditing LCDs. It's looking for details on why this person is on hospice. As a surveyor, we're looking for patterns. We're looking to see how the care is being provided, which is, it's called condition of participation. It's like, how are you taking care of this patient? Why do you still deserve to be recertified, right? For your license. Medicare is, why am I paying you? So if they're finding reason to not pay you, from what's written, they're not going to pay you. So you're missing this. Surveyors are, oh, you didn't have a care plan for this. And you can explain why you don't have it. They'll give you time to fix it. A Medicare audit is going to deny, I'm not going to pay you. Oh, I want my money back. So the lost, two different losses, and two different way of looking at a record. So essentially, that's why my service is different than most, is because of the level of auditings that we do. So yeah, I love what I do. I live and breathe quality.
I can tell. And
I live and breathe it. I
yeah.
love it. I love looking at it. I love understanding it. I love explaining it. I love teaching nurses to understand what we do.
Yeah.
And that's why I have the ebook, the ebook that I wrote, which I'm actually we're gonna get it a hard copy of it, because I've had a few requests for hard copies. So it's going to be in sale next year. I'm gonna have a new version of it, which is gonna be packed with so much information. I've gotten so many positive feedback from it. It was something I created just to, when I sign up new clients, and I'll say, okay, here's the book to teach your staff. When I do orientation, I actually provide it as a resource. And it's turning out to be an excellent tool that I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from everyone. So I'm excited to be able to share that with others, and then have the hard copy. And I know nurses, we love hard copies.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a digital world. We could be, even the new kids, the new generation likes to have a hard copy of book instead of the e-versions of it. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to do that. So that's why I'm always open to questions. Like, anybody that has a question, I love it. I love explaining it. I love the rules, all the new things that come up, different ways that Medicare decides to do different things. So I love talking about it, and I love helping agencies implement it, because that's the knowledge that's missing. It's a lot more. And if you use all the rules, really, they're just there to help you. They're a blueprint. You just have to know how to implement it, and you also have to understand what each one of them mean.
Yeah.
So that's what I love.
I love your story. There's so many good marketing lessons in this for people that are listening and watching too. And so, just outside looking in, as I unpack your journey, it's like you've been so smart about how you have done your professional journey, in terms of you've walked in the shoes of your ideal prospects, right? First as a nurse, first on the floor in the hospital, in the hospice room, to literally, telling your story with a pencil and a piece of paper, learning compliance from the ground up, then being on the side, as the surveyor, doing the analysis. So you've really covered, and this is what I see in the best consultants that we work with, is you've literally worked in every role. So you really understand everyone's perspective. And so it's interesting listening to you talk, and I can see why clients love you, because it's like, oh, you understand our nurses, you've been in their shoes, you understand how they think, and oh, you understand the surveyors because you've been one. And so the great marketing lesson for anybody listening is really, a lot of people will talk to me and say, well, I want to become a consultant, I want to do that. And I always say, like, well, stay in your lane. Like, where have you already worked? Where have you already walked? Those are going to be your best clients, because that instant trust and rapport is built in. I mean, have you found that to be true when you're talking to prospects, that those are key things that they pick up on in your story?
Yes. I think the surveyor piece to it
Yeah.
is the big part. And of course, being out and understanding every discipline, being there as a manager, as someone who ran a hospice, as someone who, even down to the EMR. I've helped implemented several EMRs in my days.
And what does EMR mean?
So it's your computer system.
Okay, got it. Well, electronic medical records?
Electronic medical record.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
I've been super user, and even received a master's degree in informatics.
Wow.
That's where my
You're like a walking encyclopedia here of QA audits. Oh my God.
Right,
You're
so
like AI, but real.
Exactly right. I'm a walking and I've been told this. I'm a walking, talking AI. So
you are, yeah.
What even makes it different is because when I have a new client, the amount, you don't have to spend time trying to train me on your EMR. I've had clients who've called me for like they receive requests from Medicare to get audited. So we have like time, sometimes 2 weeks to get all of this out, right? To audit, to review things for them. So there's absolutely zero time for you to teach me your EMR. All I need is for you to give me a login, and I will find my way through your system and start the auditing and pulling those records for you to start to combine and prepare them so that we can send them out to you. We look for a lot of technical things as far as consent form and all that. So we do all of that. There's absolutely zero turnover with that. So it's like you would give us the log, you give me the login, and my team and I, we able to go in and navigate through the system and get what we need and help you be on your way with your record to submit to Medicare. So that's I think that's the benefit of having that degree. I've always been, and I'm from that generation too. Computers started with us. We've learned to kind of like click ourselves away, finding our ways through systems without like, oh, it's not gonna, we'll shut it down and restart. So
yeah, exactly.
We're from that time. So that's why I'm not intimidated at all by EMRs. But because I've done it so many times, I've taught folks how to use systems. I've been a super user with different system. Epic, when Epic just starting out, I was a super user for Epic.
I even remember that. Yeah.
When it first rolled out,
medical records is a scary place.
So we went from paper. So you have to work from that time when we went from paper to the computer system. So a lot has been going. I've done a lot through that. So so that's the difference. So you don't have to wait much to once we tell us that's your problem, we kind of go over everything. We're able to just go in and start to do your audits. And that goes from whether you're getting an actual audit from Medicare or you're signing up with our service for us to be for the QA service.
Absolutely. I love it. Well, where can we send people to learn more about you and your business? Where's best website? Obviously, we can find you on LinkedIn. Tell us more about, best places to find you.
So you could reach out to me on LinkedIn, of course. That's probably one of the best places to reach out to me. You also could connect with me through my website. I have a whole form that you can complete. It's ilscarern.com. That's my official website where you could learn about all the different services that I provide. In there, there's a contact form that you can complete. And then that of course gets to me and then I'll follow up with you. You could also even book a call with me through my website and also on LinkedIn if that's easier for you. But yeah, that's pretty much how you would reach out to me. LinkedIn is one of the best places, and of course through my website.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. ChatGPT has nothing on you when it comes to your expertise.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it.
So much, John. Appreciate you.